Welcome to Pedro's Pearls of Wisdom, where as an older man I try and share my mistakes and my experiences with you so that we can all learn from them. Today I thought I'd talk about exercise. Sounds rather banal and ordinary, but it's actually probably very important. Now, it's always said that regular exercise is recommended for a long life, but in fact, there's no evidence that it's compulsory. My father-in-law died a couple of months ago, aged 100, nearly 101, and to my knowledge, he never exercised formally in his life, but he rode, he walked, he sailed, and he rushed around all of that time, and he never ate between meals, and he drank red wine and a beer every day until he died at that ripe old age. Now, he had that sort of constitution, but you may not have. Like me, you may want a snack, gorge yourself, and have a tendency to put on weight without really thinking about it. So you and I probably have to go to the gym. We have to cycle, we have to run, we have to walk, we have to swim, we have to play tennis, we have to play football or jump on a horse and do things all the time in order to keep our weight down. Most importantly, of course, is not to overeat and certainly not to snack between meals. What do I say to people who say, but I don't have the time? Well, I say that's largely nonsense. Okay, all our schedules are different, and if you've got responsibility for children and a difficult, busy job, of course it's difficult to find time. But these bursts of activity can be between times of other activity. You can do stretching, you can walk, you can even do some yoga. In between these other activities. It doesn't have to be done all at once formally. It is also said that a good hour of hard exercise with these bursts of intense exercise, so-called high-intensity interval training, is even better for you. But I'm not sure there's very strong evidence of that. But any exercise, any movement is of benefit, because it keeps you flexible and gives you some strength. Remembering, of course, that every year we get weaker. Our muscles after the age of 40 slowly deteriorate, and we're all trying to reduce that progressive problem of what is known as sarcopenia, i.e. weak muscles, as we get older. And the more exercise you do, the longer you're able to hold that problem at bay, to give you the fitness in old age or in middle age that you so want. Now, even if you have no time, there's still time to do adynamic or static exercises. When you're sitting at a chair, you can flex your leg muscles and your thigh muscles and stretch your legs out and hold the legs up and in order to exercise your abdominal muscles and so on. It doesn't have to be a formal exercise. You can just keep moving even when you're sitting or doing something else. Sitting in a committee meeting, why not exercise those muscles? Nobody else needs to know, and your body gets better for it. But it's not just your body which needs exercise. The brain needs exercising too. And although these exercises will produce less anxiety, less depression, or low moods, your body needs its brain as well to be exercised, so it can cope with the stresses of the modern world. Now, this reminds me of the story of two groups of prisoners who were incarcerated at the same time, political prisoners. And one group concentrated on the physical side of their incarceration so that they would be fit and ready when they came out to resume their activities. And the other group decided that it was more important, or at least as important, to exercise their brains. And they took degrees in university while they were in prison, and came out much more effective politically to further their cause when they finally were released. So the brain needs exercise as well as the body. Do both. So what's my advice? An hour of vigorous exercise every day? Yes. No snacking or eating between meals? Yes. And if you do that, you will enjoy your new mood and your feeling of well-being. And if you can do this with others in the form of team games or runs or cycle rides or whatever, this is another major benefit. Now, this may be exercise to you young people, but for me at my age, this is really physiotherapy. And it's even more important that this goes on lifelong until old age, etc. So for you, it may be exercise. For me, it's physiotherapy. So if you can follow that advice, you will feel better, you will live longer, and you will enjoy your life much, much more. Goodbye, and see you next time.